What's going on, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my setup process of the Breville Barista Express espresso machine. So here's everything that comes inside of the box. Now let's go ahead and set this up. Step 1 is to remove the water tank located at the back of the machine and taking out all of the parts. Now it's time to condition the water filter. First, we're going to remove the water filter and holder from the bag, soak the filter in water for 5 minutes, then rinse under cold running water. Next, I'm going to rinse the filter holder with cold water, and then I'm going to assemble the filter into the holder, set the date dial 2 months ahead, and then I'm going to align the holder with the adapter in the water tank and push down to lock. Next, I'm going to fill up the water tank and then push it down on the machine until it's fully locked. Looking on top of the machine, you'll see the burr. This is what grinds whole coffee beans into consistent grounds. The burr uses 2 hardened steel rings called conical burrs to crush the beans evenly. This gives you uniform ground sizes, which is much better than blade grinders that chop unevenly. Even grounds help the water extract flavor more evenly, improving taste and reducing bitterness. You can also adjust the grind size by turning the dial, finer for espresso or coarser for other brew styles. Finer grounds slow the water and extract more flavor, while coarser grounds allow faster flow and lighter extraction. The machine also controls the grind amount, timing each grind to deliver the right dose, whether you're pulling a single or double shot. Next, I'm going to pop in the bean hopper. It just locks into place, and you can lock it and unlock it quite easily. There's a grind size dial on the left side of the machine. Smaller numbers give you a finer grind, while larger numbers make it coarser. Breville recommends starting at setting 5 and adjusting as needed. Next, I'm going to pop in the 54mm integrated tamper. This just magnetically attaches right into the espresso machine. Then I'm going to organize the removable wet and dry coffee separator drip tray with the dual and single wall filter baskets, as well as the razor and the coffee scoop. Now it's time for the initial startup, and the first thing to do is to turn on the machine. When the machine reaches the correct operating temperature, the power button will stop flashing and all control panel lights will turn on. Now I'm going to flush the machine, so I'm going to press 2 cup button to run hot water through the group head and fill up this cup. Next, I'm going to position the steam wand tip over the drip tray and then rotate the steam/hot water dial to the steam position and run the steam through the stem wand for 10 seconds. Next, I'm going to rotate the steam/hot water dial to hot water position and run water through the hot water outlet for 10 seconds. After that's complete, I'm going to repeat these flushing steps until the water tank is empty. Now it's time to make some coffee, and the first step is to decide whether you're using beans or pre-ground coffee. Use single wall filters for beans or use double wall filters for pre-ground coffee. Now that you got that sorted out, we're going to choose the filter size and insert it into the portafilter. Choose the filter size on the machine, add some beans to the bean hopper, and then dial in the grind amount. This is going to increase or decrease how much coffee you want grinded on your portafilter. Next, we're going to insert the portafilter into the grinder cradle. After that's done, I'm going to use the tamper to press the grounds down firmly and evenly and wipe off any excess coffee from the rim. Next, I'm going to lock the portafilter into the group head, then place a cup under the spout and then press single or double shot. A good shot usually takes around 25 to 30 seconds. When making your coffee, keep an eye on the pressure level. Low pressure means the water is flowing too fast. This usually means the grind is too coarse, there isn't enough coffee, or the temp is too light. So when it's on low pressure, the shot will taste weak or sour. Now the ideal pressure range is in the espresso range, which means everything is dialed in. Grind size, dose, and temp are working together. This gives you balanced flavor and good crema. When it's on high pressure, it means the water is struggling to flow, the grind may be too fine, there may be too much coffee, or the temp is too hard. This is going to make the shot taste bitter or over extracted. Another tip, if you want to quickly clean your portafilter, you can use the hot water from the machine and clean it just like that. Now it's time to make some cappuccino. This is going to be my first time, so let's see how this goes. So after filling up the stainless steel milk jug with some milk, it is time to prepare the steam wand. After that's done, we're going to place the steam wand just below the surface of the milk to introduce air and create foam. Once the milk is hot and foamy, we're going to quickly take out the steam wand and clean it with a wet cloth so it doesn't leave any residue on it. Then I'm going to insert the portafilter into the group head and hit double shot. Boom, everything's looking good. The machine is up and running. The pressure level seems to be in the right area, and yeah, the coffee is pouring out now. Next, I'm going to tap the milk jug on the table, which is going to pop large air bubbles that form while steaming. Those big bubbles make the foam stiff and dry, which doesn't pour or taste as good. Here's the final product. I tried it again, and the second time it looks slightly better, but here's another quick tip. I found that when trying to use this bigger glass right here, it wasn't fitting in the machine. So what I had to do was pull out the tray, take out the metal piece, and put the cup in there and insert it right back in, and it fits. So I guess you can make it work like that if you have a bigger cup.